guys have all missed me, but I'm back in the BDSM podcast, so we can finally provide something that's a cut above, as we usually do.
Brannon recently traveled to Asia to podcasting gurus in the mountains, and he's back with unlimited knowledge on how to make a quality podcast.
He met the 14th Dalai Lama.
Yes.
Yeah, we call that a callback. No, it's a callback. Yeah.
It's a callback.
Little known to most, he is actually a podcast guru where he's from.
He edits PewDiePie's videos.
He is good. He's good, and I've learned a lot. Check out this little line I learned. Bazinga. He said that one always gets a laugh. There it is. So today,
one singular laugh.
I just said a laugh, just the one. All right, hot news story. Who does anyone think they have the best one? Oh, Julius, you think you have the best one?
No.
Who thinks they have the best one? Julius, Julius, go. Just go.
Okay, so we're gonna be talking about a god. Okay.
So me.
So this guy is the rap god, and turns out he might be dating Nicki Minaj. Boom.
Who?
Mic drop. Nicki Minaj.
Who? No, like who's the guy?
Who's the rap god?
Eminem.
Oh.
Have you guys not listened to like any like rap music in the last like 20 years?
Yeah, but I don't think him making a song called Rap God makes him actually
He considers
a rap
himself
god.
the rap god.
Does anyone else consider him?
No, but he does, and that's the most important thing. Just like I consider myself to be good at podcasting, but nobody else does, and you guys don't for sure. It only matters what I
We
think.
would be included and nobody else.
Well, you know
You're
what?
somebody's to me.
I'm happy for him.
Aww. But yeah, so he just joins a long list of other African American rappers to have courted this lady, and
I thought you were just saying Eminem joined another list of African American rappers.
So this list includes Meek Mill, who's recently been released from prison.
Yay.
Nas, and then also Drake and Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, the person who claims to have been sent to Earth to rap by God.
By the rap god?
That's what Eminem said. He said he didn't send him.
Oh.
I gotta tell you,
Nice.
celebrity relationships is really riveting stuff.
Yeah, it's
Like,
truly.
Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. I mean, this is just mind-boggling. Donnie, I'd give up.
Okay, so as I'm researching how to be a better father, I found
It's too late for that.
this article of an example of perfect parenting where this mother heard her kids using fake Asian accents, and she had decided to, I guess, make it news, and she wrote an article about it and says it's not okay.
Look at her name, Janice Court.
Good job, Janice.
Yeah, she's just furious about. It wasn't the coolest thing to do. She said she tried to probe in an attempt to understand why she and her friends did it all the time, but she wasn't offering any information. Her kids are just honestly disgraceful, and I hope mine don't turn out one day like that.
Donnie, you really love the Asian cultural appropriation. I noticed that.
Wait, what?
No, because
You
you
got
had
the
that
dress,
story
you got
about
the
the
accent.
That dress actually was kind of a trending thing after I reported it. So I'm not saying I'm the one that caused it to become trending.
I'm glad you've decided to become active in promoting this cause.
Anyway, what I'm also going to be actively do is shift this over to Brannon.
Okay. Well, I accept. Okay. Okay, if you had a exotic theme for a dance, what would you do what would you guys do to promote it?
Promote what, sorry?
For your exotic theme for your dance, what would you put in the dance to make
something
it
Asian.
exotic? Did you say someone Asian?
Something Asian.
Probably some cultural appropriation.
Right there. There we go.
All right, well, let me just tell you this Miami school, Christopher Columbus High School, kicked it up a notch.
That guy's famous.
They brought a live tiger to the dance. The school rented a tiger.
Thanks for clarifying. I thought he brought a dead tiger.
Could have been stuffed, could have been fake. It was live and it was caged. There was also a fox and a parrot, but no one cares about that for some reason. The tiger was the talk of the town this night, and apparently there's some videos spread about it, and PETA didn't like it.
PETA. Who
Yeah,
PETA
they.
nowadays?
I mean, honestly, I thought that sounded super rad. I would love for my school to have a tiger, but PETA was upset that it was walking around its cage and didn't look happy, and they would not stand for
Oh,
that.
so they should have let it out of the cage.
Yeah.
Personally,
If he
I'd only.
walked around outside of his cage and still looked unhappy, they still would have had a problem.
They said that they used the tiger as a tool of entertainment. So
I would only go see a dance if the tiger was out of the cage. I think that would be really neat.
I want to dance with the tiger. Give me a little samba.
Tiger just starts spinning on his head to like
Breakdancing tiger. That'd be
yeah,
awesome.
the school apologized and all that, but I mean, really,
Like PETA complains about everything though. Have you like looked at their Instagram page before? It is awful. It's like every single like post they have starts with, "This is a beautiful animal. This animal does not deserve to be like this."
Are you saying that animals are ugly
Not all of them.
and deserve to be in pain?
I think Donnie is a beautiful animal.
yeah, compared to most animals, I'm pretty attractive.
so that's the story. There may have been a detail or two I left out of there, but that was the gist of it. The tiger may have killed a couple kids or something. No, it didn't. So, Scott, I'm sure your story's excellent. Please tell us about it.
So I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news, but there's been a little outbreak recently. Little opioids outbreak.
Nice.
So in Seattle, they have water, and in the water are mussels.
I can vouch for that. That's true.
They have mussels, not physical mussels. Well, they probably do, but like the fish. No, they're not fish. I don't.
Shellfish.
Yeah, they're like shellfish. And so some people in Seattle were like, we should test these shellfish for opioids. And they all tested positive. So, yeah.
So it was completely coincidental they found out these mussels were on opioids.
Yeah, the mussel community has really just been in an economic downturn, and it's really taken a toll on them. A lot of them have turned to drug abuse. Just kidding.
I've heard that. Oh,
It's
no,
actually the humans' fault because
I was
they
kidding, too.
eat pills and then go use the bathroom, and then it goes into the Puget Sound or whatever. And then
oh boy,
apparently,
people swim in there.
yeah, thank God for the mussels, opioids don't harm them. Apparently, fish, not so lucky, but I don't know if they've tested the fish for opioids. I don't know if the fish absorb it so much.
What did PETA say about this? Did they like complain? Did they say, they seemed unhappy in their little shells. Maybe we should let them be free outside of their shells.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said, Julius. No, they didn't say anything. So what did you want to say, Brannon?
Nothing. Is your story
Oh.
going on?
No, it's not.
I was just
Okay,
saying
I
they
was gonna-
also said to move on to Scott's comparison.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
to Homo sapiens.
Donald, that'd be cool if that was your job.
That was Scott's job.
But instead, you seem like a pompous
animal.
who's it?
I was actually gonna move it on to myself, but okay.
It's gonna be awkward.
Julius, just pause the recording. Come on. Okay. This week on Comparing Two Notable Homo Sapiens, we're going to be comparing a couple classics in the music scene. We're going to be comparing Ludwig van Beethoven to Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Amadeus.
Amadeus. Either way, they both have pretty coul names, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet. Man.
I'd tie them in the name compartment. So obviously, they both composed like a lot of pretty dank tunes.
The most famous for like dubstep stuff.
Yeah, lots of trap music.
What do you want us to say, Scott?
So yeah,
Oh my God, I was gonna vote for Beethoven, because in the movie A Clockwork Orange, the main guy who's like crazy, always calls him like is always like, "Ooh, listen to a bit of the old Ludwig van," and I always thought that was funny. But Wolfgang is a much cooler name. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Each of those names individually are very good. So I'm at a crossroads.
Well, Beethoven was deaf, was he not?
I
Or like-
think it wasn't completely. I'm not sure, but he was deaf to a degree at the very least.
Mozart had this one moment where he was at the court of some like nobleman, and someone was playing the piano, and he noticed a mistake, so he went up there, recited the entire thing from memory the first time he heard it, and made it better. Now that is legendary.
That is pretty legendary. Another, take it as you want it. I'm going to call it a positive for the band Beethoven. Mozart only lived till he was 35. So either, I mean, Beethoven.
Grandfather. I think it was a grandfather.
He's a young grandfather. Well, they made babies pretty snappy back then. But but no, Mozart was like, maybe if you want to give him bonus for untapped potential, he had lots more to give. Beethoven only lived till he was 56. So both of them could have been even cooler given more time.
Well, I think at that time that wasn't unusual to die at that age.
I'd say 56 was expected, but maybe 35 is a bit. So
Well,
yeah.
What date is on Mozart? 1780. I'm seeing.
He died in 1791. A sad year. For that reason only.
I don't know. I think 40 sounds about right for 1791. I gotta give it to. His names are too cool. I gotta give it to Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. His initials are Wham, which is also cool. He just is winning at the name game right now.
I'm gonna go with the Blind Beauty, Beethoven.
Blind. Not so sure he was blind.
The deaf
Deliverer of sound.
deliverer of delicious musical notes. Dubstep, Beethoven, which doesn't start with a B. What do you guys got?
Mozart.
Woohoo!
We don't need an explanation. We don't need like fancy names for him. We say Mozart.
Congratulations, guys. I think this might be the first time somebody has won. Mozart wins
Sorry.
with a 3-1 vote.
No, I get these pronunciations.
Okay,
wrong.
we're
I
gonna be
mean
moving.
Beethoven.
We're gonna be moving right on. Congratulations, Mozart. To Neues Zeug.
Have I busted your guys' brains to date? I mean, I'm really curious if these questions have really just itched your noggin.
I'm no longer capable of thought.
Thought.
I hope you can save that thought for the mind thought, whatever thought you have left. All right, guys, here comes the questions. First question, which has seemed to scroll away from me. Okay, would a government run with algorithms, so basically a government run by an AI, and statistics be better or worse than the government system, say for Canada, since that's where we are right now? Would that work better than Canada's government system?
We're in the United States.
No. What? Julius, what do you like? Where did that come from? I don't understand.
From the heart.
Okay, thank you, Julius. So what do you guys think?
I think it'd be neato if the government could, or like there was just like no government and they just sent out like referendums on your phone and you just
Oh, that'd be
Sounds
pretty
good.
bad.
like every day at like maybe 8 a.m. there was just the daily vote and there's like 5 topics that you vote on each day.
So you just have to turn off your phone and you escape the government.
No, you just don't get a vote then, Donnie.
Would this vote be for everyone, or would it like discriminate against like kids?
Yeah, it could be like a Facebook account where you lie about your age. So you have a bunch of 5-year-olds voting on gun
They
control.
probably have like somewhat of a better security.
So I imagine they would tie. You know how pretty much all new phones scan your thumbprint. I imagine they would use that thumbprint to identify you then
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
when you open your phone to vote.
If I killed someone and took their thumb, I could vote twice.
That's correct.
Oh, but if like some mom is just letting her kid play on her phone and then up pops up, ooh, today's daily vote, and the kid would just click on random things and probably just ruin the country.
With this mom's very important vote.
The country would just descend into anarchy.
Okay, so next question is, at what point is a technologically enhanced human not a human anymore? So if we had cybernetic enhancements, at what point are you not a human? You're just like a robot or something. Do you think? How much human has to be left?
Pick me.
I see you, Julius. I can pick you.
As soon as their thought process gets altered by the computer,
How would you be able to tell, Julius?
if you change something about their brain.
You just guess.
So you're
Like-
saying as long as the brain is intact, it's
Like
still
for example,
human.
like you give someone like another hand, right? They still get to decide what to do with that hand. But the moment that like an AI decides for them, it's over.
I see where you're going.
course
So I'll
you do.
pose it a different way. So you can get cybernetic enhancements like an
Yes.
electronic hand,
Exosuit.
but maybe not necessarily a robot. At what point are you just not human anymore? Like if you have nothing human about you except for your brain,
Then
so
you're
technically you have a
human.
human
You're human.
consciousness.
You're
You think you're human?
I'd
Well,
say
if you had
the,
a heart too, maybe. Just
I'd say the
one that
brain-
makes fun of it.
I'd say the brain is the only qualification.
What would the heart do if you were all electronic? It would just pump electricity through your
Yes.
circuits.
We'd remodel it, and it would serve another function.
It would just
So it wouldn't be a human heart.
it would
be
just
human
pump blood that would just go nowhere and just drip through you and ruin all your circuitry.
Okay,
No,
which-
because you need the brain. The brain needs blood. So you still need your lungs too.
Maybe you'll make like a little AI heart that pumps blood just to the brain. That'd be neat.
Okay.
This is just like okay.
Final question.
Thank God.
If emotions are the product of biochemical reactions, then in the future, will we be able to theoretically control them? And if we could, should we?
Fight the power. They'll never take us over.
Okay, Julius, I feel like you're not even listening to what I'm talking about.
I'll just keep drawing in this.
Okay, do you think okay, for me, the question of whether or not we should control them seems obviously like a no. Although if I really thought about it, I would imagine there are cases where it seems like you should control people's emotions. But do you think we could get there? Let's start with that. Do you think we'll ever get to controlling people's emotions, like being able to?
Yes.
Okay, God damn, you gotta give me more than that.
I'd say
Yes,
probably.
sir.
Why? Yeah?
Because if
Like
it's just
how?
if it's just
Because I said so.
chemicals, you can just
How
pump,
long?
With
pump some
magic.
chemicals in there.
So you think they'd do it with chemicals? Because we can already kind of do that, but
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
can already do it.
control people's emotions. So imagine suppressing an emotion entirely.
That you put a pillow over their face.
Good Lord. Do you think? I bet you think people go to sleep when you do that, Julius.
I can already cause plenty of sadness and pain.
Your smile is so creepy. We need face cams for this. Sorry, off topic.
Nice, Julius. You caught yourself.
For once.
All right. You know,
Trustful.
I'm just gonna quit on this one, you guys. I can't. I only like. The 14th Dalai Lama could only teach me so much about managing such a set of goons. So, Julius, Nois Zoig, what's new? What have you got? What are you providing to me? What will you tell me about your new thing?
Well, Brennan, to answer your question, I'm not going to answer any of them. I'm just going to let you listen because I'm going to tell you all about it in my segment, which you should know.
So, you're answering my questions or not?
Not directly. Okay. Well, I've got this bus, okay? So grills doesn't work with you, straws don't work with you, phone screens don't work with you. But how about a bus with beds on it?
I feel like that already exists.
That definitely already exists.
Okay, well, does it have Wi-Fi, smoothies, and your own bed?
Called an
Probably.
RV.
Yeah, this is public. This is
mobile home.
public transport. Okay, so this group called well, they name themselves Snooze Liner Bus Service, offers trips in 4 major UK cities, with 8 different routes, for the total price of $8.50 on a good day.
On a
Okay.
good day.
Okay, Julius, you said your own bed, but which I suppose you meant that I get to sleep in it alone.
Yeah.
But it's public transport. That doesn't sound sanitary.
It is
I don't want to be
sanitary.
sleeping in a bed that some greasy hobo just
Oh
came
no,
out of.
because it's more expensive than normal public transport, which means no hobo would go in it.
Well, maybe he'll just pay the $8.50 and sleep there for the night and just
If he
take
sleeps,
the ride.
no, because you tap in your destination, then you get woken up by a steward. Let me finish my explanation, and
Okay,
then you
please,
can ask all these
please.
negative questions. I just answered the question. There's so you tap in your destination, and when it comes time to get to your stop, a stewardess will wake you up, so you can get off on time.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You know, this reminds me. Imagine if this was like on rails. Oh wait, that would be a
So,
train, and these
what's
already
the-
exist. So.
But in the UK,
What's the-
train service is very unreliable. Okay, and this is probably more punctual.
So
than the
This
bus.
won't
what's
be.
the punishment for like boning on the
Death.
bus?
You probably get arrested.
Arrested. Yikes.
That's
not
public.
worth
That's
my
public indecency.
not worth my
just-
$8.50.
They just changed the sheets.
Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But here, so they have this research. They back this up with lots of research. Okay,
On
so
what?
here, this is in their words. New research shows we doze off on public transport 27 times a year.
Who?
I don't even think I take public transport that many times a year.
Who is we?
I assume this is city
Like, as a
goers.
collective, all of Britain falls asleep on a transport 27 times every year? That
Yes.
seems a bit low.
Or dozes off. Doze off is the word, Scott.
So every year in
Yes.
Britain,
And
27
it
people
says
fall
that we are most
asleep.
sleep deprived in December, which is very interesting too.
So does this bus line, like, run more in December?
Yes, because this is meant for like party goers and people that have had a long day at like work.
Wait, but isn't it darker, longer?
This is definitely the
winter.
most useless invention yet.
What do you mean? It's okay. This is a double-decker bus suited for 14 people total.
That
Okay.
doesn't sound effective in public transportation.
Julius, I support this company, but
How long is your bus ride? You need basically your own room for the.
Well,
for
it's
the
between 4 cities.
so it goes
you do
between
that.
the cities. It's
Yeah, 4 major cities, not just any cities. Major cities in the UK.
big
Well,
one.
the
so
UK
the
is
UK
like
is not
the
very big.
size
It's
of
like a
city, so-
3-hour drive.
No. Okay. Well, anyway, this there's Wi-Fi, there's USB chargers, there's smoothies on board. I mean, there's also a storage system for valuables. I mean, I don't know what else you guys need.
There's only smoothies.
Yeah, you can bring your own snacks.
Like, oh, can't get water, only smoothies.
There's unlimited free mineral water with coffee and specially selected smoothies.
Oh, free? That's weird. I thought I
With
paid $8.50 to
individual
get on the bus.
revitalizer kits containing vitamin C and liver cleansing milk thistle.
What?
Please don't ask me what that is. I have no clue what that is. But this will start in August 2018, and what's starting next is the top 10 from Brannon.
We're gonna get spicy. So based on a popular vote, I was forced to do a top 10 on hats. So I got so many requests on the top 10 hats list that I found one. Fortunately, the back 5, so 10 through 6, I don't know what kind of hats they are, so I looked up pictures that we're going to have to look at. So any listeners, you're going to have to, I'm sorry, you have to look at pictures for the first 5, and then but the top 5, I'm pretty sure pretty much everyone knows. So Scott, don't bother. I have the picture here. Number 10, pork pie hat.
Pork pie?
It's nice. It's got the
Oh,
brim all the
those
way
are like
around.
they're like the old school ones that like
Nice
what's
belt
it, the
strap.
Gatsby had and stuff.
It's not bad.
They look kind of similar to a fedora.
Now Gatsby hat's number 11, so
What?
didn't make the list.
I'm
Okay,
done.
number 9 is a boater hat.
Okay, you gotta give us a second so we can Google this.
Do you wear these ones on boats? Oh, yep, you do.
It looks very similar to another
It's like
hat
a
on the list.
circus hat.
I like the straps.
It's got straw.
think
it's
it-
very
it, like-
fragile.
I think it looks a little silly.
I love how we have two different conversations going at the same time.
Okay, number 7 is. Oh no, sorry. We're at number 8. Number 8 is a cloche, CLOCHE,
It's actually pronounced cloche.
cloche. It's a women's hat from like the 20s, I believe.
What?
Oh wow. Why do
spelled it
all
wrong.
of these hats have a strap around the middle?
It's like a back 5 thing. Like the later ones, I don't think do.
Oh my goodness.
Number 7, newsboy cap.
Those ones, do I know them? Newsboy hat. Let's go.
Fella. Newsboy cap is a classic. I think this one actually has some style to it
The
still
Peaky
to this
Blinder
day.
one.
Okay, yeah, some people may remember it as that.
It's
I
got the
don't.
razor blades in it. You can beat someone up with it.
That's horrifying.
Wow.
That is horrifying.
They cut off ears with it.
Took
Too.
this to a very
Number
dark
6
place,
is a
Julius.
fez.
Oh yes. Oh wow.
These are the
like-
champions of the hat world.
They look like army.
These are these are peak. These
Oh, they're Turkish.
I remember Aladdin wearing one of these.
these would be a number 1 for me. I mean, like a fez. You know, when you see someone rocking a fez, you
It
have
looks
to
like-
know a little bit more about them.
For the viewers, it looks like a gumdrop.
I don't.
on
What?
Yeah, every time
I guess it does.
Every time I see somebody wearing a fez, I'm like, wow, that person must have a really interesting backstory that I need to talk to them
Got a
about.
nice gold tassel coming out the top too, and they're normally red. Number 5 is a top hat. That one we all know.
Classy.
Yes.
Classic and classy.
Love a top hat. Would you ever? Do you ever think you need one for what you're wearing? Have you ever felt like, oh, this suit would be better with a top hat?
I wouldn't have the confidence to pull that off.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Number 4 is a cowboy hat.
Yeehaw! Beat you to it, Scott.
I'm not the biggest fan of the cowboy hat.
I think it's got some.
I think cowboy hats are more made for
Cowboys.
like usability, not fashion. Well,
That's true.
originally probably, but nowadays, to keep the dust out of your eyes and stuff. I suppose.
So, especially the sun.
Number
And the
3
sun.
is a fedora. Now I want you to look up the picture because it is commonly mistaken with a trilby, which is not a fedora. Look up fedora, look
This
up
looks like
trilby.
the hat at the beginning of the list.
Fedora is the one with the flat brim around
Fedoras,
in the indents in the top.
fedoras are a no-go for
But what
me.
about the ones that are like bent
It's
up on the back?
So
See, I'm not a fan of these.
I like the actual fedora. When people wear trilbies, I think those kind of look dumb. Number 2 is a bowler hat, which those are pretty round on top, if you know what I'm talking about. I like a good old bowler hat.
Bowler
And
is like
are
a-
they for bowling?
Oh, those are very classy. Those are like industrial 1800s hats.
That's
Oh,
true,
it's
that's
like
true.
from like Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah, I thought of that too. Bowler hat guy. Okay, number 1. Who has, other than Scott, because he saw it, I think. What's number 1?
Baseball cap.
Baseball cap is number 1.
It's actually toque.
It's
Just kidding. It's
Is
baseball.
that a hat? No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Toque's not a hat. It's a
a cap. It's a wool cap.
beanie.
I wanted
Which is a hat.
I wanted a coonskin cap to be. Whatever happened to the old coonskin cap? You know what I'm talking about? No. The little coonskin cap.
Like a
Oh, I know it. I just
like
okay,
a
yeah.
toque
We're on the
made
same
out of
page.
raccoon fur, or
Forget it. You know what? Forget it.
I'm concerned.
We just the coonskin cap has the most style,
Oh, that
and it is
nice.
toasty.
Google has someone that looks like Dwayne the Rock Johnson wearing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
I love the raccoon tail coming out of the back. That's nice.
Okay, Scott. Speaking of old stuff, because the coonskin cap hasn't been around in a while, although I keep calling it coonskin cap. What's going on this week in history? What's going on? Woo! Hey, Scott, what is going on? Tell me what's going on, Scott. Woo! That was courtesy of the 14th Dalai Lama.
What? Okay, well, this week in history is a good week? I don't know. We're going to start it off, get right into it. On Monday in 1998, Pakistan detonated 5 atomic bombs.
Yeah, nice. Woo!
So India tested a few bombs a couple days earlier, and then Pakistan was like, you know what? We're going to just test a couple bombs.
Nice week for atomic detonation.
Thanks for the backstory on that, Scott.
So yeah, India and Pakistan, don't get along fantastically. Apparently they both have nuclear bombs and are ready to blow them up on their own countries where there's no people.
We can stop overpopulation that way.
Okay. Speaking of overpopulation, we're going to move right on to 1937, still on Monday, when Volkswagen was founded.
Speaking of overpopulation,
Volkswagen has since made classics like the VW Golf and the Beetle.
That's the car I want to get.
I love a good Beetle every time I see
what
it.
the hell is a Golf?
It's like a, I don't know, it's like a hatchback.
It's just-
Yeah, it's a little
It's a-
hatchback.
It's nice.
Woo!
Think of a German Ford Fiesta.
Tuesday,
beer tap.
Tuesday in 1953,
What time?
Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay conquered Mount Everest. So they
The way you
reached.
said it makes it sound like they won a war.
There's lots of people that have conquered Mount Everest.
Yeah,
So
like
why,
there
what
were-
makes
there-
these guys so special?
They were the first, although I think they weren't the first to summit, but they were the first to summit and make it back alive.
Okay, back on that conquering thing. Yeah, you make it sound like the Battle of Vimy Ridge or something. Like there were soldiers defending the top.
That would be cool. Oh, imagine like an international war, but it's actually just like a King of the Hill game.
That'd be a good movie.
That would be. Like if there's like,
Scott, do you want to write screenplay after this and make it big in Hollywood?
yeah, let's just dump a bunch of oil on the top of a mountain and just tell everybody that it's there, and then everyone will fight for it, and it'll be awesome. Anyway, I don't know how we got on that topic. Thursday, we're back in Oklahoma, back with another tornado. This one in 2013, the widest tornado ever recorded. It had a width
Widest?
of 4.2 kilometers. This boy was thick. 4.2 kilometers
Holy
wide.
frick.
Only 9 people were killed thanks to Oklahoma's fantastic defenses.
What, did they shoot at it or something?
Had somebody standing out there saying, "No, not okay."
Yes, the people said stop, and then it eventually dissipated.
That's bullying. And then like, you stop.
If you shoot a tornado, your bullets just get swept into it because the wind's too strong, or do
It
you think
like
it just-
slingshots it back to you
Yeah.
and you get shot.
All right. Lastly, on Friday in 1874, the Heimlich maneuver was published. So shout out to Henry Heimlich for saving countless people from choking on food and Lego pieces.
Man, what are the odds that he has the same name as the maneuver? That's pretty wacky.
It is wacky. You know what else is wacky? Actually, no, it's kooky. Donald's conspiracy. Oh! Donald's kooky conspiracy. That's why we named it that, because it's kooky.
Ooh.
How many of you think you know, like, about the moon?
Is it
Say my-
flat too?
Say my knowledge.
Yeah, flat moon conspiracy. No.
I'd say my knowledge is.
Don't be silly.
Average.
Can you not draw on me? Thank you. It would be. Would you be surprised to know that there's actually a lunar base on the other side of it?
Because it's round.
No.
They're whispering about something, but I'm concerned about what it is.
My commentary.
Just continue. What?
We feel like
Is there a problem here, Donnie?
Yeah, there is.
Yes.
I feel like you don't love us anymore.
The problem is the lunar base on the moon.
I think Donald actually has no idea what he's talking about. He just made that up right now. He's trying to think of other stuff.
Sorry, there's a website.
There's a website. It's on the internet. It's totally true.
It's on howstuffworks.com.
Yeah, so according to evidence from Transformers and Iron Sky, a Nazi lunar base has been built on the moon, and it's just chilling there, and they're doing research.
It's like Wolfenstein or whatever that game's called.
I guess. And that's it. That's the entire conspiracy.
Lots of research, lots of evidence.
The evidence is in Transformers Dark of the Moon, so I recommend going and watching that film to get the full scoop on what's going on here. However, yeah, there's not a lot of information about this one. This is the zaniest conspiracy I could find. Everything else is really boring, like the JFK assassination. No one cares about that. Any content to make? Any content to provide?
Did you just cite Transformers, the movie?
I didn't. This website did.
We used to be a credible news source.
Donnie, you haven't presented any evidence whatsoever.
There is no evidence. I'm just trying to find things.
Nice conspiracy. So who thought of it? At what point is they just saying stuff and they're like, "Oh yeah, maybe that
It says
happened."
something with tidal lock and World War II. And wait.
What the heck would they be researching on the far side of the moon? It's just a bunch of
You know the
rocks.
moon rotates as well.
And the moon
Yeah, it
spins.
rotates.
What even is the other side of the moon? It's just like it's periodic. Is the base moving so that it's always in the dark? Okay, my job here is done.
It's awful.
That's it.
Yeah.
For once, Noise Toyk's not the worst episode on this podcast.
Hey Donnie, you know what we typically do when you run out of stuff to talk about in your segment?
What?
Move on to the next one. Let's get going.
Yeah. So on to my next conspiracy. No.
Yes. Flat Mercury.
Okay, no, but seriously, if that didn't create your mind some thoughts, what will is mine.
Just because your segment was bad doesn't mean you have to make a bad transition
I'm
as
not
well.
sure I even knew what you said, and I knew what you were trying to say before you
It's
said
like a
it.
lot of static. Do I stop the recording now or are you making fun of him now?
Mind thought.
Okay.
Hey Julius, I would love to hear your mind thought on the segment, mind thought.
I'm very relaxed now. I've put a lot of thought into this and just realized that nothing can be worse than the last segment. So I'm gonna ask you guys.
You
Just 'cause-
sure?
Just on a clothes-related basis, you know. What piece of clothing that you guys wear on a daily basis would you be willing to live without?
Again, maybe that's tougher than I thought.
A belt.
Oh, you know, this is kind of unfair because Donald wears hats all the time. So you can just pop the hat off and he's fine.
You know, they make us wear a belt with our school uniform, but I don't think I've ever worn a belt that's not with part of our school uniform. So I could easily toss the belt.
You're a slender man. How do you fit into your...
When I-
I buy tight pants.
When I was about 14 years old, I got a belt for the first time, and now I'm kind of melded into always wearing them.
I like
So-
belts. I feel weird without belts. That wouldn't be belts. I'd keep the belt and give up the pants.
Yeah, you know, if I don't give up my belt, I can't give up my pants because I'm not an idiot like Julius. Or maybe not idiot, maybe just innovative, but
I would give up socks because I can have an excuse to buy those cool like toe shoes.
I was about to say that.
Birkenstocks.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's a good idea. I could ditch socks, but I need to wash my feet like every 10 minutes.
I would give up one sock.
Ooh, is that allowed?
No, because then I would actually. No, that's a good idea.
This question is better than I thought.
I mean, giving up underwear is certainly an option
You know-
because then
But what am I supposed to sag my pants with then? Like
You know, I think I'd actually
just always wear swim shorts.
maybe I'd give up socks and shoes because eventually, I mean, I've seen people who don't wear shoes anymore. And, you know, eventually your feet just get hard on the bottom and you're pretty much fine and you're walking in the snow maybe. Although I've seen them do that too. But, you know, if I was wearing shoes and not socks or wearing socks and not shoes, I would probably be pretty angry most of the time. That doesn't sound pleasant.
You're always angry.
God damn it.
What'd you say?
That was cool. I like that. So, Brannon, do you want to end the podcast? Should I end the podcast? Do we let Donnie finish on a good note?
I think we've gone so far past that point. So no.
Like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day, everybody.
Bye.
And as the 14th Dalai Lama once said, see you later.
I love you. One of these claps is going to be the one.
Yeah. Stop. You're out of the podcast. Well, I want you to ruin my segment, so let's just do it the regular way. How's that sound, Julius?